Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, it's fight week, a little late, but it's all good. It's fight week for Jeff Horn versus Terence Crawford. At long last, I feel like I've been talking about this fight for literally 6 months. Because I have been talking about this fight for freaking 6 months because it got pushed back, but it's finally this week. ESPN Plus should be fun. Terence Crawford's first fight at welterweight. Jeff Horn's second defense of his welterweight title. Going to be a very, very tough defense for Jeff the Hornet Horn. Very interesting fight for so many reasons. I've highlighted them already. Terence Crawford's never fought a guy who's physically bigger than him, physically stronger than him, so it's going to be interesting to see how he deals with that. Jeff Horn, to this point in his career, he did fight Manny Pacquiao. So, y'all can say what you want about Pacquiao, but Pacquiao's still one of the top welterweights in the world. Can that prepare from Crawford? In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. Crawford's a longer, rangier, probably a little bit more physically stronger than Pacquiao. So it's different. It's definitely different. But it's a fight where I'm not gonna lie. You guys remember the video I made? I got pissed off at Terence Crawford for going along with faking the injury so they could push the fight back. I hate how promoters doing this now, but it really started with Terence Crawford and Bob Arum doing it a couple months ago, and I caught a lot of heat for that video. But honestly, everything I said from that video aside, Terence, this fight for me, and a lot of people will say like, oh, well, Terence Crawford's power pound number one, right? And I'm not gonna give that to him yet. I think he has the skills to be. I have no problem with him being in the top three, but I can't put him with I cannot put him with the likes of Lomachenko and Gennady Golovkin. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not as yet. But I think this fight right here, should he look sensational in it, would be just a great step forward towards achieving that status, for me at least, as the best fighter in the world. Because a lot of times, I like to judge pound for pound off of, number one, skills, which Terence Crawford ticks the boxes on that. He's got skills out this world. But it's also like, who are you showing these skills against? Now, obviously, he's beaten everybody they put in front of him and has yet to be in a controversial decision. So that shows that he's a great fighter. He's a Class A fighter. But at the same time, it's like, okay, how will you look against this style? And how you look against when you have a guy who presents this and a guy who presents that? See, the reason I can put Lomachenko number one is because Lomachenko has fought guys that are bigger than him, smaller than him, been on the canvas, got up off the canvas, put guys on the canvas, made them quit, fought fellow Olympic gold medalists, fought rugged Mexican fighters, fought, long, rangy, guys with a 7-inch reach event. He's fought all styles and guys all kinds of different advantages against him, and he still prevailed through all of them except Salido, who was early in his career. But even in that fight, you saw the promise, you saw the learning, you saw a Class A fighter with a Class A boxing mind. Okay, now not to disrespect Terence Crawford, we definitely have seen some A-level skills from him. We haven't seen him in situations like we're going to see him this week. So a lot of people are saying, well, Jeff Horn is a mismatch. I saw one guy on Facebook whose boxing opinion I really respect say that he thinks this is going to be like Arturo Gatti versus Floyd Mayweather when they fought back in 2005. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't see it as that fight because you got it's two different types of fighters. Mayweather was an A-level fighter who was just, you could tell, like, when that pretty boy Floyd who fought, you could tell that he was something like special. I mean, this mother lover right here was something special. When he had the little fade and he had hair, he was special. Okay, not to say Terence Crawford isn't special, but like this is next level special. He was he had all-time great types of talent. Okay, Terence Crawford is good. He is pound for pound worthy, but it ain't no pretty boy Floyd. Okay, and then to compare Gotti, who had just went through 3 hellacious fights with Mickey Ward, the kind of fights that take years and years and years off your boxing career, to compare that to a guy like Jeff Horn, who was a guy who was in his prime, who went in there and fought, yes, albeit a older Pacquiao, maybe a faded Pacquiao, but a Pacquiao that is still one of the best welterweights in the world. He is. You can't name me. You cannot name me 7 better. You cannot name me 7 better welterweights than Manny Pacquiao. You can't. Okay, he's still a top level welterweight, and to go in there and dominate the way he did, because Keep in mind, Manny Pacquiao has fought many, many, many bigger fighters, and he dominated them. Dominic Cotto, Margarito, guys like that dominated him. And Jeff Horn took the fight right to Pacquiao from round one, something a lot of guys cannot even do. Not even the great Mayweather, who has all the skills in the world. All the skills in the world. He can fight off his back foot. He can fight coming forward. Not even Mayweather could do that for any really amount of the fight. So, I mean, he was able to accomplish that. You got to give him credit where credit is due. He's a better fighter than people give credit for. He moves around the ring better than people give him credit for. He was an Olympian, okay? He was something Terence Crawford was not. He was an Olympian. So this fight is a lot more even than you guys think. A lot more even than you guys think. And I did go on record back in, March or February? I said Terence Crawford, I think he's going to get a unanimous decision victory, but I don't think it'll come easy for him. I think it's going to be a fight where he's going to have to show some true character, where he's going to have to show some true grit. And, that's the thing for me is like, okay, we know Terence Crawford is a talented fighter, but does he have the character that when someone hits him and puts that real pressure on him, will he fold? We haven't seen him in a situation like that. And if we happen to see him in a situation like that, I'm very interested to see how he responds. I do think he has, to be fair, I do think he does have the character to overcome these things. He is someone that, he got shot in the head, had come from tough circumstances in Omaha, and he's got to where he's gotten to today. So you can't take that away from him. But it's just a different challenge for him, and that's what I'm looking forward to. From the Jeff Horn side of things, it's like, okay, if Jeff Horn is able to beat Terence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, Terence Crawford, you can't find me, maybe with the exception of what Rum Fasai's done in the smaller weight classes, 2 better wins in boxing. So, Jeff Horn has a chance to really stake his claim in the welterweight division. And if there's any chinks in the armor, if there's anybody out there who thinks Terence Crawford's a hype job, he can validate all those points this week by going in there and doing a demolition job on the young Terence Bud Crawford. So, a good fight. For those of you who think that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford are on a collision course, then this is that first step towards that collision course. So we'll see what happens. I'm very interested to see what happens. And yeah, those are just my thoughts on the fight. You can give me yours in the comments down below. I got Terence Crawford winning unanimous decision, but I do think Jeff Horn's going to put some serious pressure on his ass at some point of the fight, and we're going to have to see Terence Crawford show some true character. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks for subscribing. Like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just kidding, dang it. So until next time, take care, guys.